Ahead of this week's Brics summit in South Africa. Now, some analysts believe that South Africa and the rest of the African continent can benefit from increased trade with other countries in the Bloc or the Brics bloc. Now, currently, South Africa is the only African country that is part of five-member Brics, of course, formation that also include Brazil, Russia, India, and China. Now, let's have more details of that in this report.
South Africa became a member of the Brics economic bloc in December 2010. The main agenda for South Africa to join the bloc was to strengthen the South-to-South relations. It was also to boost trade by facilitating better access to markets of the other member countries while promoting mutual trade practices, attracting investments, and creating a business-friendly environment. In 2021, the total amount of the South African trade with other Brics countries reached 702 billion rand. An increase from 487 billion rand, or almost $28 billion recorded in 2017. Experts believe that South Africa can benefit even more if trade between the Brics nations is evened out.
What we do need to do as South Africa, and in terms of the thematic Africa and Brics for this year's summit, we need to start exporting more finished products out of South Africa and Africa and importing less finished products. At the moment, the patterns are that we are exporting more raw materials. Those are being converted and imported back into our economies. So that's what I mean by evening out the trade imbalances and the trade patterns.
In 2021, over 17% of South Africa's exports were destined for other Brics countries, while over 29% of its total imports came from these countries. Analysts say Brics is lending an opportunity to the African continent to industrialize further.
Also lends itself to an opportunity to look at sectorially what are those sectors where we can look at import replacement strategies in South Africa and on the continent. Put differently, we need to use the Brics opportunity to industrialize further. I mean, that's the key message here in terms of analyzing these trade patterns.
The biggest advantage of Brics is to change the structure of foreign direct investment in South Africa and in Africa. Using South Africa as their core member of Brics, they can manage to have manufacturing factories or smart factories in areas such as food industries and clothing and textile first. And when as well you look on agriculture, which is a challenge in Africa, in that area they can have a great advantage in consolidating the African market.
The Brics bloc currently contributes nearly 32% of the global GDP and is expected to contribute more than half of the global GDP by 2030. Yahya Jammeh for CGTN in Johannesburg, South Africa.